Good evening, everyone. There are some extraordinary athletes who compete in the Upper Peninsula. One young man has been named a racing phenom and is about as good as it gets on the dirt track, and he's just 14 years old. Hunter Sales isn't your average teenager. He has about 10 years of experience in motocross racing and is virtually unbeatable on the AMA circuit. A native of Merrill, Wisconsin, Sales started racing when he was just 6 years old. Last week, Sales visited the Houghton County Fair to compete in a few races, and so far, he says one of his greatest achievements was taking home a championship at Ponca City this past July. He also placed fourth in the mini senior stock class during the Winter Olympics in Gainesville, Florida last November. Sales talked about what he enjoys so much about the sport.
He said if you can learn how to ride a bike, pedal bike without training wheels, you can ride the dirt bike. So went to his house that weekend and started riding, I guess. I just like, it's like one team sport, and it's kind of your mistake if you make it, but it's also your victory if you win. So you don't have to depend on others.
He's always wanted to go pro. It was one of his, passions, and he just loves the sport, and you gotta want it, the race and the big races, when you're out there, you gotta want to win, and he obviously wants to win because he does quite a bit of it.
It's a family affair for the Sales who support Hunter's career. His next race is probably his biggest yet, having already qualified for the Monster Energy Cup race in Las Vegas later in October, where he'll be competing against the best of the best in motocross. The NMU football team held their annual media day yesterday, and among the topics discussed was the Wildcats' tough regular season schedule and Joe Ballard's work with his players. Defensively this season, defensive back and captain Brandon Parson is back for another year, along with Morgan Stenz and Nick Krause at the linebacker position. Stenz talked about the team's defensive game plan against Findlay in the team season opener.
Coming into Findlay's game, Findlay, they run a similar offense. It's a zone read offense. So defensively, we need to play gap sound football. Everyone needs to do their assignment and trust that the guy next to them is also doing that.
It's been a good experience this season so far. Everyone's playing fast. We really know the defense now that we've been in it for a full year now. And we started off a little slow last year, so it's good to pick it up and pick up where we left off at.
That season opener against the Findlay Oilers will be September 14th at 1 p.m. The GLIAC has released its 2013 football preseason coaches poll. Let's start in the North Division. Grand Valley State is ranked first, followed by Saginaw Valley State, Ferris State, and Michigan Tech, and they all finished last season at 7-3. The Huskies were Co-North champions last year and returned junior quarterback Tyler Scarlett to their lineup. Hillsdale is ranked 5th. Heading over to Wayne State, they're ranked 6th, followed by NMU football at 7. And the Wildcats have a pretty demanding schedule, playing Findlay, Ohio Dominican, and Ashland to kick off their season. Northwood ranks out your top 8 teams. Over in the South Division, Ashland, fresh off an 11-0 regular season, was picked by the coaches to repeat as league champions. However, the South Division, much like the North, doesn't really have a clear-cut winner. Ohio Dominican is garnering national attention by starting second in the polls. Findlay, Walsh, Lake Erie, Tiffin, and Malone round out the South Division. High school volleyball tonight in Escanaba. Here is new Eskimo coach Krista Erickson on the sideline as Escanaba hosts Manistee. The Eskimos led the first set 19-9, but the Emerald are making a comeback as Vanessa McNamara gets the kill. It's a 9-0 run that brings Manistee to within 1, 19-18. And this set went right down to the wire, but in the end, Escanaba went on to win the third set 25-23. They go on to win 3-1 at home. Over in some scores, Mid-Peninsula lost to Cardinado 3-0 as Marquette Senior High School won in 4 sets 3-1 over Sault Ste. Marie. In girls tennis today, Gladstone and Escanaba met in the Battle of Delta County in Ludington Park. In number 1 singles, Gladstone's Gabby Movelson is in the far court, and Escanaba's Joanna Snowden gets this one down the line for a winner. Snowden will win this match 6-love, 6-love. Now over to number 1 doubles. Gladstone's Melissa Casey and Kelsey Wiltsius are in the near court against Escanaba's Shelby Gregory and Olivia Berquist. The Escanaba girls win this match 6-3, 6-love. And on the team scoreboard, Escanaba defeats Gladstone 7-1. Over at Gwynn High School, the Model Towners took on Ishpeming in an early tennis match. First doubles, Gwynn's Anya Wiedenhofer and Nastia Nicolina in the near court against Libby Doney and Haley Thompson in the far court. It was a good match, but the Hematites duo came out on top to win in 2 sets, 6-4, 6-3. Over in first singles, Ishpeming's Gabby Crowley in the light blue facing Gwynn's Brooke Lokala. Lokala won the first set, but Crowley comes back to win in 2, and on the day, Ishpeming defeats Gwynn 8-0. For a couple more scores here in tennis, Escanaba wins 7-1 over Munising, West Iron County wins 6-2 over Ironwood, and Marquette loses to Kingsford 8-0. In baseball, the Tigers lose to the Oakland Athletics 8-6. For more sports scores and highlights, visit our website, uppermichigansource.com.
All right, thanks a lot, Lily. Coming up, a different perspective on the world, but it's not by choice for this woman. You'll see next. But first, here's Jay Leno.